evening, I would like to discuss the ever-evolving tattoo industry with you today. My tattoo story began on a beautiful day in California when, out of boredom, my little brother convinced me to get my first tattoo. I foolishly decided to get it placed on my foot. At the time, I did not realize that the foot was one of the most painful places to get a tattoo. I quickly found that out. To relieve my pain with humor, my brother told me after his first tattoo that he told his tattoo artist that he felt as though they should at least cuddle a bit, considering he had just penetrated Jeremy numerous times. As evident by this story, I have the credibility needed to discuss this subject due to the fact that I have my own tattoos and am now also the proud sister of a tattoo artist. The popularity of tattoos has changed drastically from the beginning of tattooing to society today, and despite the stigma surrounding tattoos, they become more popular each day. To preview my speech, I offer three main points: that the history of tattoos date back thousands of years ago, there is a stigma towards tattoos, and tattoos are becoming customary and widespread in society today. Excuse my paper. Allow me to begin my first main point. The history of tattoos dates back thousands of years ago. In the beginning, slaves and convicts were branded in the Roman Empire. According to Selma Schmidt in Tattoos, a historical essay on October 21st, 2013, this practice was even anchored in Roman law and allowed in Europe until quite recent times, and was regarded as a lighter physical punishment and not considered mutilation. For criminals, each tattoo marking conveyed the type of crime he or she committed. In addition, tattoos were prominent in Native American culture. It was within this culture that the word tattoo was introduced. Again, according to Selma Schmidt in Tattoos, a historical essay on October 21st, 2013, Prince Omai is considered one of the most essential elements in the history of tattoos in Europe. He was a Polynesian warrior who was captured and taken to London, where he became quite the spectacle. It was because of tattooed people such as Prince Omai and others brought into circuses that a new era of tattoos developed. Following this, Europeans began to elicit interest in tattoos in the 20th century. Again, Selma Schmidt also stated in Tattoos, a historical essay on October 21st, 2013, that the Empress Elizabeth of Austria became one of the most famous aristocrats with a tattoo in the form of an anchor, and tattoos started to be seen as a beauty accessory or jewelry, and at the same time, a manifestation of individuality and freedom. Gretchen Larson, Maurice Patterson, and Lucy Markham explain in A Deviant Art, a Tattoo-Related Stigma in an Era of Commodification in 2014, that voluntary tattooing also spread to the military and Navy. It was quite common to see military members with traditional mom hearts and pin-up girls as tattoos. Lastly, Japan was another source of tattoo popularity in the 20th century, despite the fact that tattoos were forbidden there until 1948. As you can see, tattoos have existed for many years, but this brings me to my second point. Despite the industry's longevity, tattoos have a stigma against them. Typically, people still associate tattoos with violence and criminals. Gretchen Larson, Maurice Patterson, and Lucy Markham explain in A Deviant Art, Tattoo-Related Stigma in an Era of Commodification in 2014 that the term stigma actually originates from the Greek process of marking criminal and slave bodies with tattoos, and has passed into our own language to mean a mark of infamy, a physical mark denoting shame or disgrace. It is common for children to fear men or women with tattoos as they associate tattoos with bad guys, bikers, and scary people. I will never forget when my best friend's little girl met my brother for the first time. She was terrified of him, as he is covered in tattoos, and she wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. Another stigma against tattoos is that many individuals feel as though it is inappropriate to show tattoos in the workplace. Starbucks recently made a change that allows their baristas to show openly any tattoos and piercings. However, many businesses feel that tattoos make an employee less professional and even treat customers with tattoos differently. Lastly, stigmas exist against tattoos because of the health risks that can be caused by tattoos. The dyes in the ink and unclean needles could cause an infection that could then cause either hepatitis B or HIV. Also, tattoo artists themselves are exposed to bloodborne pathogens. Because of these various health risks, there are some people who even refuse not to date people with tattoos. While there is some truth to the concerns some people have regarding tattoos, I now come to my third point. Tattoos are prevalent in today's society, and they're not going anywhere. To begin with, tattoos are a form of self-expression. Gretchen Larson, Maurice Patterson, and Lucy Markham explain in A Deviant Art, Tattoo-Related Stigma in an Era of Commodification in 2014 that society may attribute part of the recent expansion of tattoo consumption to their use in aiding self-expression, identity construction, differentiation, marking life events and the celebration of rites of passage. Tattoos often have special meaning to people that go deeper than merely ink on a canvas. Additionally, tattoos have become more and more popular through social media. Alejandro Walzer and Pablo Sanjuro explain in Communication and Society, Media and Contemporary Tattoo on July 17, 2015, that though shows such as Miami Ink, the public has seen and been able to consult a variety of media sources which focus on the tattoo as their sole theme. Also, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook are all social media outlets for society to see numerous creative tattoo designs. For my brother and his tattoo buddies, they utilize Instagram and Facebook quite extensively to get their work out there and to obtain additional business. It is furthermore a great source to get ideas for future tattoos. Tattoos are no longer for just criminals, military personnel, and bikers. Rather, they now encompass a broad spectrum of individuals from all walks of life. In summary, although tattoos originated as markings developed for criminals and slaves, tattoos have become a beautiful and colorful way to creatively express oneself despite the stigma that still exists. I opened with a personal story depicting my own experience with tattoos that hopefully made you laugh. I then described where tattoos historically started from, explained various stigmas associated with tattoos, and conveyed the relevance of tattoos in society today. As someone with a few tattoos herself, and as the sister of an amazing tattoo artist, I am happy that a good portion of society is so willing to express their individualism in such a beautifully unique way. I look forward to seeing what the next generation of 80-year-olds will look like. Thank you.
And reaction guys get tattoos too.
Huh?